In this course, we're going to be talking quite a bit about how to be an effective mobilizer. But before we really talk about the nuts and bolts of being a great mobilizer, we need to really understand why we want to mobilize people in the first place. And the primary reason is because Jesus has called us to do that. In Matthew 28, one of the most famous passages in the New Testament, a passage we frequently refer to as the Great Commission, Jesus tells us to go into all the world, into all the nations, and make disciples. We are to go into every people group, every group of people, every region, every genre of every society on planet Earth, take the gospel with us, call people to follow Jesus, and mentor them to be followers of him well. This is an incredible opportunity and responsibility that we as believers have. Now, in some cases, this means that you yourself may actually be the one going overseas. Some people are called to be goers. They're called to be the ones that cross over into another culture and take the gospel with them. We call these people missionaries. But the reality is, even if you are not called to be a missionary, if you never leave your hometown, if you never cross over into another culture or another region, you are still called to be a part of the Great Commission. Every single Christian is called to be a part of the Great Commission. No one is excused from this obligation. There's a well-known pastor and author by the name of John Piper, and he put it this way. He says there's only 3 types of Christians: zealous goers, zealous senders, and disobedient believers. That's it. Those are the 3 buckets that Christians may find themselves in. Either you're a zealous goer, meaning you're the one that's going to go overseas, take the gospel, and you're going to do it with passion and enthusiasm, or you're going to be someone who stays behind, but is zealous and enthusiastic and passionate about helping people get there. You're sending them. You're doing things to help them be the goers that God has called them to be. Or you're in the 3rd category, and that is you're flat out disobedient. Now, I know that sounds harsh and direct, but we really believe that that is the reality for all believers. Every single Christian is called to be a part of the Great Commission, a part of fulfilling the mandate that Jesus gives us to make disciples of all nations. Here at Bethany Global University, we spend a lot of time training those who are going to be goers, those who are actually going to go overseas to be missionaries. But in this course, we want to talk specifically about the senders, those of us maybe that are not going to go overseas. And in this course, we want to really unpack how to do that well. How do you mobilize people, get people into action, and help them do their part in global missions? Again, it's not if you have a role to play, it is what your role to play. That's what it means to be a great mobilizer. In the next segment, we're going to start unpacking some of the practical things that you can do to be a great mobilizer, starting with the importance of great communication.